Hey everybody, good morning. It's a beautiful day here in Ohio. It's pretty cold, maybe one of the colder days this year so far. I think it was like 3 degrees Fahrenheit when I woke up this morning, and I'm not sure what it is now, but my nose hairs are still freezing and sticking together. So what we have for ourselves today is a little treasure hunting. My dad bought some equipment from a friend of his. We're gonna pull that out of the woods, and I think there's a little something in it for me. So I brought the excavator on the truck, and then I brought a trailer for the extra fun stuff we might be taking home. We're gonna unhitch the trailer, unload the truck, and then we can get started. So we're out here in the woods. It's actually just inside the tree line. It's not that far in the woods, but we got old 2-bottom plow, a disc, 3-point disc. We got this blade here, cultivator, and a little gin pole. So all those things we gotta load up and crowd onto Dad's trailer over there behind his pickup. We're doing this specifically today when it's super cold because the ground is frozen and we need to get across the lawn out there without tearing it up. So that's also why I brought the excavator, because we can just go back and forth and not do a bunch of turning like we would with the skid steer, which would probably be a little more damaging to things. All right, is that chain on there pretty short?
It's as short as I can make it where it's at.
Okay. Do you want to pick up that tail, or do you want to just let it drag?
I thought I would. Go as far forward as you would like, or
you want it forward on the trailer?
I assumed.
Oh, I don't care. I figured driving it home.
I figured the disc ought to go over top of the tires, and the disc and plow as close to the center as possible.
Okay. Will this fit across the deck?
I don't know yet.
You could also put it in the back of the truck.
Well, I would be willing to do that. That's.
You're gonna be able to get it out of the back of the truck? And
yes, I can lift the whole thing, no problem.
Okay. What should we get next then? The blade or the cultivator?
I would just go right down the line. Cultivator, blade, doesn't matter to me which order, but...
Okay. Put the chain down beside it so it's not all tangled.
You say leave it hang?
Yeah, you can do whatever you want with the chain. Probably best to tuck it up if you can.
That's what I was hoping to do.
I wouldn't put a ton of effort into it, but...
Yep. Try that. Yep. Not so nice.
Chain didn't work out. Maybe you just took it over a couple times or something.
And then I'm going to rock it forward. Or actually back. Sorry, you know what I mean.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Are you sure you want it sitting in that orientation? It's going to be kind of hard to tie down on those spring tines.
Okay.
We could set it upside down, I think is about the only other option. Yeah, that might ride a little more stably. Chilly with the door open.
Oh yeah, bummer. Yeah.
This one we can probably set right side up and it'll be just fine. In fact, everything else I think we can probably set.
Yep, I think you're right.
Orientation. If you want to just make a small loop around that top 3-point link, you could.
I think your balance point's going to be over here, so I'll just make it short. And
okay. I mean, the way I see it, every point's a balance point if you pick it up high enough. Okay, that wasn't frozen too bad or anything.
No, I already broke it.
Oh, okay. I think if you turn this with a 3-point hitch towards the front of the trailer, it'll nestle into the back side of that cultivator real nice. Do you want it a little more perpendicular or square on the trailer? Or are you happy with it there? Okay, that does give you a good couple spots to throw a chain over for tie down too. More work to hang it up on the hook than it is to just carry it. That's understandable. If you want to make that connection from the side so the camera can see you do it,
absolutely. Yep.
Well, you can go the other side.
Yep. Well, I'm going to go both sides, so it didn't matter which direction I went.
it gonna fit between the fenders, or what's left of them?
I believe.
Nice. And come up with it a little bit.
Looks good.
You like it there?
Yep.
Well, I mean, I think we got plenty of deck space. We only got one more implement.
Correct.
We can turn it.
Now just, I want to get a little bit of weight off of it, and we'll. That's good. Down. Perfect.
Okay, this front gang over here is not sitting all the way on the ground. It came up on the mold board of that blade. There you go. Want to just grab this by the top link there? Okay, up it comes. You have your gloves repurposed as mittens over there? Oh, well, do you need to sit in the warm for a second? Last piece here. I don't know if I can reach that without doing a bunch of turning out here. Is it okay if we kind of pick it and swing it?
Yeah.
Or maybe I can get it with the thumb might reach farther.
Yep, I can do that. Beautiful.
Wouldn't trust that lower bar, but maybe the one above it. I've lost track of what needs to get hooked to now.
Okay, let's see if that'll work.
Up we go. Nice. Are you happy with your weight distribution here?
Well, I got way too much tongue weight.
Well, do you want to move that mold board plow back a little further?
We could do that.
I'm going to try and catch it right between, and I don't know what the parts of plow are called, but this little cross brace thing here.
That looks good. Beautiful.
Right there?
Yep.
Okay, if you're happy, I'm happy.
I'm happy.
All right. Let's get her chained down.
Okie dokie.
So there's also a welding table here that I get to take home. We're gonna load that up next. The chain we got on there is just a wee bit small to be absolutely enough, so we're gonna go nice and slow here. It's holding right now, it's holding. Coming up. There it is. It's swinging. Do you, Dad, do you want to, let me set it down. Can you readjust the chain so that way it hangs level? I think that'll work. Okay, I'm going to track this bad boy out to the trailer, which I left parked on the street. Go nice and slow here. Hopefully this chain makes it. I don't know. The hook, one hook is looking pretty small. I'm being as gentle as I can. Looks good enough to me. We can use those D-rings right in front of the fenders. I don't think there's a chance of turning it. I like to run just one chain over it. Okay, let me get this machine parked out of the way. All right, we got her strapped down and chained down pretty good. It's 5 1/4, so it technically requires 2 tie downs. Both of these, I believe, are plenty sufficient. But let's go ahead and we'll get the truck loaded up, get the trailer hitched on, and we'll be back home lickety-split just like... And now we're home. It was a pretty easy going trip, didn't have any major hiccups. I went ahead and backed the trailer into the corner here just to get that out of the way because that takes a little bit of effort and didn't want to have to deal with it later. So I think instead of using the excavator, before we get that thing down, we're going to use a skid loader. We're going to pick this off with the forks just because I think that'd be a little bit safer than swinging it around with the chain. One of the many things I like about Deere stuff over some of the competition is that the quick attach system does not involve sliding pins through a channel, through like a cylinder. I've had so much trouble with pins that have to slide through a cylinder, getting froze up and that kind of thing in the wintertime, and even just getting jammed with dirt in the summertime. This thing has just got little wands that kind of rotate around a pin, and that works out best, it seems. See if we can get this rotated a little bit more favorably here. This thing is heavy. Is that enough? It's enough to drag it out a little ways and get it under it better, that's for sure. There we go. That's it. Still a little teetery, so I'm going to set it down here and get under it all the way. Shut the door fast before it gets cold in there. Well, there she is, folks. Safe and sound in our warm, dry shop. This table's got quite the story. My dad made this thing back when I was a kid. He harvested this plate out of a big press machine of some kind at a factory where he worked as a maintenance mechanic. And there was two of them, I think. There was this one, which was an inch thick, 5 foot this way by 5 foot this way. And there was another one, same dimensions, but it was like 4 or 6 inches thick, I forget. But that one was definitely too big for welding table. So he brought this one home. He also scavenged the frame out of another machine, or maybe it was even the same machine, I don't quite remember. And he brought him home, and I remember him in the middle of the night drilling holes to mount the frame to the tabletop. Outside in the cold one winter, he ended up with a table and worked out pretty good. This thing also, because it was out of that machine, it's not just a regular piece of plate steel. It's actually been fly cut, so it's been in a machine to make it as flat as possible. Normal plate steel typically isn't super flat, and this thing probably isn't perfect either, but it's definitely flatter than it would be if it was just a regular piece of plate hot out of the mill. It'll serve super well for a welding table for us, get us from doing projects like this one on the ground up to a working level. It's a little bit more reasonable, and also way flatter than working on our floor here. This floor is far from flat. It's all sloped to the drain. So it was super kind of my dad to let me hang on to this for a while. He doesn't have a great shop space for it right now, and so that's why he had it stored at his friend's house there. Friend wasn't using it for much, and so I kind of had a use for it and a place for it, and so here it is. It's definitely something that I could not justify to buy on my own because I just don't do enough welding and fabricating projects, but it is super handy and I can't wait to put it into service. I also look forward to the day my dad can get it back into his own space because he put a lot of effort into this thing and recycled stuff that was otherwise going to get scrapped and thrown away. And so I really appreciate that mindset by all means, and I really look forward to him being able to get it back too. Maybe by then I'll do enough fabrication stuff I'll be able to justify a nice fixture table, like a Fireball table or something like that. That guy makes really cool stuff. You can see, I think Fireball Tool or whatever is his YouTube channel, if you're into that kind of thing. But for now, this one will work good for us, and we're gonna make it useful in this space. So we are kind of running out of space here. It feels a lot bigger now that I got it in the shop, so I think we're gonna get rid of this table that I scavenged out of a school demolition when I worked for another contractor. We're gonna pitch that thing, Put it on Facebook Marketplace for free or something like that. It's not a great table, but it's been good for me, and it'll go to a good home. And I'm hoping we can sneak this table up into there. We might have to trim my workbench down or maybe scoot things over. We'll see how it fits. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. I really appreciate your support. Thanks for sticking it out to the end. If you enjoy this kind of content, by all means consider subscribing. There's definitely more on the way. If you like this video specifically, hit that thumbs up button. It certainly helps out the channel and makes it easier for me to make these videos. Thanks so much for watching. We'll catch you on the next one.